What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about this house behind me here. I actually just finished up renovations on this place. The photographer was in here this morning taking the listing photos, and we will be getting ready to take this thing live on the market in the next few days. I haven't been back to the property since the renovations got buttoned up. I'm excited to go in there and have a look. So let's go check it out. One of my favorite things about this property is it is in an extremely hot zip code. This particular zip code has the least amount of days on market in the entire city. So I'm excited to get this thing listed and see how we do on it. Holy smokes, this place is looking awesome. So standing in the main living room here, some of my favorite things about this house is these big, tall, vaulted ceilings in the main living area, but also just this wall of windows here that looks out the front. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Some of the things we did in this room in particular was new LVP flooring throughout, which looks really, really nice. We painted, obviously fresh paint. That was walls, ceiling, and trim. This beam up here, pretty cool beam. It was like painted a funky blue color, so we had to obviously just paint it white and make it look normal. This wall right here was a giant wall of mirrors. It looked awful. So we had to rip down all the mirrors, and then actually behind that was kind of like a wood paneling. So we actually ended up having to re-drywall this and re-tape, re-texture this whole wall. So it looks phenomenal. And then this as well. So this banister was made of like 2x4s basically. And it was pretty clunky looking. So we decided to just rip that out and put a new banister in as well. All in all, this main living area, I think, looks absolutely phenomenal. Turned out wonderful. So if we just head up the stairs first, this is a tri-level home. So we have a total of 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. No master, but we have 2 bedrooms up here. We have a bedroom here. We have the main bathroom here. And then this, I believe, would be considered the master because it is the biggest of the rooms, which it turns out great. And by the way, I love the staging. Hats off to our stager, it looks phenomenal. The bathroom, we had to limp this thing along the best we could. I think it looks great for what it is. We saved the original sinks and bathtubs and tile surrounds. Could they have used a replacement? Yes, but it just wasn't in the budget. And to be honest with you, this type of stuff is honestly coming back. Even though it looks out of date, it's actually a little bit trendy, believe it or not. We did add a new toilet. We saved the vanity, painted the vanity, did new hardware here, and then new vanity lights as well. So I think it turned out really nice. Along with that, we were able to save all the doors and trim. So these doors were originally like a wood color, same with the trim here, and we were able to spray them both white and save some cost on new doors and trim. And I don't know, I think they turned out really nicely. And then of course we put all new door hardware to match the cabinetry hardware and also match all the new lighting that we did throughout as well. So basically all that stuff matches, and I think it turned out pretty good. Let's head down and take a look at the rest of the house here. Yeah, I love the way that this staging turned out. It really makes this place feel nice. So heading into the kitchen here, the kitchen looks great. So these are the original cabinets. We didn't do any casework in this house, no replacement of any cabinetry, which was, we were able to save a lot of money from that. And we just repainted the cabinets, sanded them down, repainted, and then added some new hardware and hinges here to match. I think it turned out pretty nice. We did a new appliance pack. You can see behind me here, we have new range and microwave, along with a dishwasher over here. Now, we did have a change order in the kitchen. The countertops, we were hoping to be able to save them, but they were just too far gone. So we ended up ripping the countertops out, installing fresh, new quartz countertops here, along with a new undermount sink, and then just doing a nice tile backsplash as well. It's just a 3x10, I believe that is, subway tile. So it all turned out pretty good. I think the buyer of this place is gonna be really happy with the way it turned out. Okay, so we're heading down into the basement now. This is the original tile flooring. Again, it was not in the budget to replace all the flooring. The flooring is fairly decent shape. I believe there was tile in this room here, so we did put carpet in this room just to make the bedrooms throughout congruent with carpet. And then in here, again, all this tile was here. The only thing we really did down here was a fresh coat of paint. There was some gold on the fireplace. We just de-golded everything. And then in the bathroom here, this is all original stuff other than the toilet. We did do a new toilet here. We cleaned up the vanity. Same thing as we did with the other vanities, fresh coat of paint, installed some nice oil rub bronze hardware. And then we just kept this vanity top because it was in decent shape and it cleaned up pretty good. So we were pretty happy with that. We were able to save quite a bit of money there. Another thing that I love about this house is that it has this secondary living room down here in the basement. This is a huge bonus for any family with kids, where then you can have a kind of a kids playroom in the basement, and they can have this as their little play zone, and it leaves, you know, mom and dad upstairs to have their quiet time or whatever they want to do in the evening. So I just love having a secondary kid hangout space in any house, and this one has that, which I think it'll be a nice selling point for us. I'm really happy with the way this staging turned out. I really think that it complements the room. As you can see, like, this is not the most up-to-date tile. It's actually pretty dated, but it's in good condition and completely functional. So many times, if you can stage a room like this, it makes it so much more inviting, and the buyers many times will overlook different imperfections or that the fact that it's not the most up-to-date tile because of the fact that they can actually see themselves living here, and now the space feels so much warmer and more inviting. So big fan of staging, and I think this turned out really, really nice. So we ended up with a few different change orders that made our budget creep up quite a bit. One of them I already mentioned was the countertops and backsplash. Originally, we were planning to salvage these, but once we started scrubbing on them, they just weren't cleaning up the way that we had hoped, and the rest of the kitchen was looking so good, we said, you know what, tear them out, and that's when we put in the new quartz and the new subway tile backsplash and that undermount sink. So that was a change order of $3,000. Now I do think that $3,000 was the right move. I think we will get that investment back and then some. Anytime you can spend money on kitchens and baths, it is usually a safe bet. Change order number 2 that took place was exterior paint. After further looking at the deal, and once the inside was looking so good, we were like, you know what, we really need to update the exterior paint on this place. It looked like it hadn't been painted in, I don't know, 15, 20 years or something. So we made the decision to do a change order of exterior paint, and that cost us $4,500. Again, I think this was a great decision because, again, we're in a phenomenal neighborhood and it drastically improved the curb appeal of this home. So I think we'll be dollars ahead on that decision. So change order number 3 took place in the backyard as well as some in the front yard. But originally there was an old shed that was attached to our detached garage here, and it stuck out way past this big cedar tree here, which took up a lot of our backyard. It really had no value, so we decided to tear that down, get rid of the shed entirely, and then there was a couple other trees back here that we got rid of. And then in the front yard, there was a big tree that was basically blocking all those beautiful windows out our living room, and we decided to take that down as well. So between the shed and tree removal, we added an additional $2,500 to our budget. So that was a $2,500 change order, thus bringing our total change orders to around $10,000. So what's the estimate on where our final numbers are gonna shake out on this deal? Well, I just went over all the different repair items and the change orders that took place, and those change orders totaled $10,000, which took our budget from a $28,000 repair budget up to a $38,000 repair budget. We originally bought this house for $460,000. Now the big question is, what are we gonna list it at? So originally I was thinking that we're gonna sell this place for around a $550,000 number, but no more than 2 weeks ago, a property just one street over actually was listed at $585,000 and went pending in around 10 days, which is a phenomenal sign for us. Now, this property was actually only a 3-bed, 1-bath, and we're a 3-bed, 2-bath, as you know, and we have a secondary family room in the basement, which I think is a big bonus. We also have a larger detached garage than they do. However, what we have going against us is they are a bungalow style home, so some people might say, hey, it has a little bit more charm to it. I don't know. I think we also have some cool factors here with the big vaulted ceilings and wall of windows behind me here. So we're gonna list this thing at $575,000. $43,000, trying to keep it below the other houses for sale in the area so that we can hopefully, one, sell it quickly and maybe even spark some sort of a bidding war, or at least have a multiple offer type situation. Now, if we can sell it for $575,000, given our repair budget, $38,000, and our purchase price of $460,000, we should end up with an estimated profit of around $43,000, which would be a very, very big win on this property. It was a thin deal from the get-go, so if we can make $43,000, be in and out of this thing in 90 days, it would be a big, big win. Guys, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I take you out into the field every single week, show you my different projects, whether it's a rat-infested house or a beautifully renovated house like this one. I take you into the field with me, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time. All right, see ya.